Hi everybody, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your major assignment for EDF 204. This is the assignment that will be submitted in both Blackboard and TaskStream. And that assignment is your Livebinder. It's considered the final project in the course, but you'll be working on it throughout the semester in Module 5, in Module 9, and in Module 12. You can find the assignment description as well as the reflection that you'll be completing at the end, excuse me, in the major projects and key assessments link. And you can actually access TaskStream directly through Blackboard. So your assignment will be submitted in two places, Blackboard and in TaskStream, and you'll receive feedback in both places. If you haven't yet purchased your TaskStream account and you're at the beginning of your program, it might be smart to go ahead and purchase an account that you can use throughout. You can also purchase a subscription semester to semester, whatever works best for you. But there's a link right here to purchase your account. Once your account is active and you click on this TaskStream link, it will take you directly into your TaskStream, just like it's taking me into my TaskStream account right now. And my TaskStream is going to look a little bit different than yours because mine's the instructor version, but you're going to be in the undergraduate section, and when you click on the undergraduate, if it doesn't take you directly in there, you'll see that over on the left are all the different choices of assessments. So you've probably done some of your CED clinicals here already. You'll be completing this KA3 EDF 204 final project, and you'll use this same link every time you submit, whether it's your part 1, part 2, or part 3, or your final. The assignment information is shared here, and you'll notice where you can attach and upload your assignment here. So you should be all set to go to upload your assignment. What we would like for you to do when you upload your assignment, I'm going to switch over to Word here for a second. These are the assignment descriptions that you will be uploading in Blackboard, that you'll find in Blackboard, excuse me, and I'm opening up all 3 of them. So when you do final project check-in, what we're expecting you to do in this Word document is type in your name. You're going to actually copy and paste your Livebinder link here. And if you don't remember how to do that, when I'm in my Livebinder, and right now I'm in the view mode, and I am going to click over here so I can go to my edit this binder mode. When I'm in the edit mode and I click on share, it gives me all kinds of choices. I want my link to my binder, and just a reminder, your binder has to be public, and we recommend that you make it copy disabled so nobody can just copy your binder. So I've got my access set correctly, and I want this link right here. I'm going to copy my link and save that, and then I'm going to go back to that Word document. I'm going to put my link here, and I'm going to hit the enter or the space bar once. If you don't have underscore and your link is not blue, it is not live, so you'll want to make it live. And then you're going to need to link to your teacher webpage, and you know that you can have that at any free site like Wix, like Weebly. I'm going to go back to my internet. I'm going to make a new tab for myself, and I'm going to open up my website, which is a blog made at EduBlogs, and I'm going to copy that live link back to Word. I'm going to put my live link here. It's not live now because it's not underlined in blue. I hit the enter key and it is. And then you're going to go down and make sure you've got what you need. So does my Livebinder include a welcome page that sums up what I learned about in Module 5? I'm going to say yes, it does. I'm going to give myself a 5. Do I have a tab for teaching? I do. I've got 2 out of 2. Do I have a student engagement tab? Yes. Now, if I go back and say, do I have a tab for assessment, and I don't yet, rather than putting a 0 here, I would go back and make your tab so you earn all your points. But that's up to you. I've got a tab for communication. I have a tab for classroom management. My teacher webpage link is there. It's live, and I can access it. You'll want to review the helpful hints that are included, and then you're going to upload and save this document in Blackboard. You're also going to upload it into TaskStream so that your instructor can score your work. You'll do this for the final project check-in 1 and check-in 2, which has you doing more work, but again, you're going to put your live links and you're going to make sure you have the information needed. So now we already had our tabs. We're adding a professional development tab and adding at least one sub-tab. Make sure that you've got all of the content necessary. I'm going to fill this in again, submit it in Blackboard and in TaskStream. My final project, check-in 3, has additional information for me to add. And then when I turn in my final project, I'm going to use this key assessment information sheet that tells me everything that I need to know about this key assessment and everything that I need to know as far as its alignment to the standards for which our profession is held accountable. So the main standards that we are aligning this rubric to are the Kentucky Teacher Standards. We've also aligned to NTASC and ISTE, which is the Technology Standards for Teachers, and CAPE, which is the accrediting body for universities so that we can have a teaching program. Under information for candidates, you're going to see some great information that explains what this assignment is all about. This is our culminating project, and we're making sure that you have the tools you need when it comes to technologies for teaching, including how I teach my students, how students engage, what assessments I might give, communication that I have with others, my collaboration, and also professional development. Included within all of these categories, we're also going to be talking about ways we can support students and collaborate with families, including learners with disabilities, English learners, and learners who are gifted. So you're going to want to follow all of the steps for this assignment and make sure you have every piece, including in your welcome page that you have a summary of what you've learned, an introduction for yourself, a professional introduction, your vision of how you'll use technology in teaching, and a statement about your plan for ethical and legal use of technology. Under each section, which are tabs in your binder or your welcome page, it will tell you exactly what you need to have, and it will also tell you what standards it aligns to in the Kentucky Teacher Standards. So you're accountable for putting all of this information in your Livebinder. And I'm going to flip back to my sample Livebinder real quick. You'll notice when you link into the sample Livebinder right now that I've copied those key instructions here just as a reminder to you, okay, this is what I'm expected to have here. What you will not see in this sample binder right now are the required number of tabs for each, the required number of sub-tabs required under each tab. But it will tell you here, I'm showing you 2 sample sub-tabs. This section, student engagement, actually has to have 5 sub-tabs. You also have to include information to support students with disabilities, students who are in RTI, EL learners, and students who are gifted. You can do this in a variety of ways. I can go into one of my tabs, maybe say using Edpuzzle, and if I change my tab content right now, the sub-tab is just a website. But if I go up here into text and change this, so either it's text and media, or it's a title and media, and maybe I just want to do a title and media, then what's going to happen is it's going to give me room where I can explain that Edpuzzle is a great tool for supporting students with disabilities because it has something, or it's a great tool for students who are English learners. This is a great way to do this. If you want to provide more information, then I would use the choice that had the content with text on the left and your website on the right. But that's up to you. You just want to make sure that you are completely addressing the requirements for each tab and sub-tabs. Okay, I'm going to head back to my Word document. So we have tabs for communication and classroom management, also technology and professional development, and then you'll also receive an overall holistic score. Note that you have to score with at least 3 rows in the developing column and emerging in all of the other rows. You can't have any row that's not acceptable to pass this key assessment. And in order to complete this key assessment, you have to pass with these scores in order to earn a passing grade in the class. If you fall below the acceptable rate, then you will be asked and required to do what we call a redo. Those redos will be done with some support, and you have to earn the passing score. You'll have up to 2 redos. If you do not meet that acceptable candidate criterion within those 2 redos, then you will have an individual professional improvement plan that will allow for 1 final resubmission. And if you fail to do this or turn it in late, you're going to receive an F in the course. So we want to make sure that you're proficient early on, which is why you're getting so much feedback. You're going to upload your assignment, as we said, 4 total times, each of the final project check-ins and then the final project at the end of the class. With each of those check-ins, you'll be getting feedback from your instructor, and you're expected to make changes if any changes are needed. So down to the scoring rubric, this will be uploaded in the Major Projects tab, and it's what we call an annotated rubric, which means we've added notes to tell you what information you need to complete in order to score a certain thing within that row. So there's annotation here in red on the left, and also you'll see a yellow highlighted column that says this is as high as you can earn on this column, and I'll explain that. So we use the Kentucky Teacher Standards to build our rubrics, and in our early classes, you're not always working directly with students. Like, we are not working directly with students in EDF 204. So it isn't possible for you to actively engage in teaching or assessment with students, so we can't reach that exemplary status. And at this stage, we're not learning to write assessments, so we're not looking at bias. And we're not looking at all of the Common Core standards necessarily. So what we are doing is designing an assessment that can measure student performance on some of the objectives with an effort to guide planning. That definitely can be achieved in your assessment tab. And where the instructors will be going to score this row is looking at your assessment tab and subtabs to make sure that you've got some assessments in there that demonstrate this quality. As you scroll down, you'll notice each row tells you the highest that you can earn and also tells you where your score will be coming from. So indicator 2.4 will be scored with the teaching and student engagement tabs and subtabs. You'll want to make sure that you both are following the assignment guidelines that are in your check-ins, as well as the detailed information that's provided up here on what's expected in these subtabs. And you'll want to make sure that you also check your work against the rubric. Have I demonstrated that I could plan instructional activities and strategies that are aligned with learning objectives? Do I show that? I could show that by listing a Common Core standard that would definitely show that I'm aligning to learning objectives, or I could list my learning objectives. Am I demonstrating higher order thinking? You want to make sure you're demonstrating that through what you've uploaded. If you're in any way unsure, early in the semester is the best time to get feedback from your instructor and suggestions to make sure you're meeting those requirements. If you have any questions, please check in with your instructor and make sure you ask early, ask often until you have the clarity that you need. Best of luck in this great assignment. We hope you continue to use your EDF 204 binder throughout your teaching program to help you plan and implement great technology in your instruction, student engagement, communication with families, and in your own professional growth.